but I lost you guys live. So let's try this again. I don't know. My phone has been acting really weird today. And I know last night, before I put it on the charger, it did say that there was a update for my phone. So let's see. Okay, well, I see a couple of you guys coming back. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Kimberly. Sorry, you guys. I have no idea what just happened. That was so weird. It was like all of a sudden just start talking, and then it started doing the big circle in the middle of the phone, and then there was nothing there. I don't know. So sorry, you guys, but I am back. So anyways, when I flip you guys around, I will share with you guys. Yesterday here on YouTube, I did my paper pumpkin alternative using the paper pumpkin kit called, what was that? That was the Watercolor and Bloom, the December paper pumpkin. I created a wonderful little scrapbook layout. So when I flip you guys around, I'm going to show that to you guys just in case you have that paper pumpkin and you haven't touched it yet, and maybe you're a scrapbooker and you're looking to, you know, maybe bake a scrapbook layout. I have a fabulous one to share with you guys. So yeah, let's try again, right, Linda? Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. So let me get you guys flipped around. I'll talk as we go, as usual. So hold tight so I can get you guys flipped. Okay, I think that looks good. So this is the scrapbook layout that I made using the Watercolor and Bloom. So if you have this paper pumpkin, or if you're a paper pumpkin subscriber, you can go in and buy the refill. The refill is in the store, shopdannygorola.com. Now you do have to be a current paper pumpkin subscriber to get those refills. But the refills come with pretty much everything you see here in this picture. It comes with the envelopes, the die cut, the card bases. The only thing you're not going to get is you're not going to get that stamp set, and you're not going to get the stamp pad because they figure you've probably already got this kit as being a paper pumpkin subscriber, that you don't need those two things again, that you're just going to get the consumables in that. So what I have done with that is I just created, with some of the leftover pieces, this really pretty, simple, easy scrapbook layout. You guys can check this out. It's over on my YouTube page here. We also have our virtual card retreat coming up. Now, this is a 2-day virtual event. You're going to create 15 cards. It says craft with a community that loves card making, learn new techniques, and interact on a personal level with fellow crafters. This you can find in my online store. Just go up to that search bar. Once you get into shopdannygorola.com, go to the store. It's going to say shop on that main bar across there. Go to the shop. That's going to take you in my store. And you can type in virtual card making, you can type in card retreat, anything like that, and it's going to bring it up and it's going to show you all about this. So if you have a hard time kind of designing cards, they take the guesswork out of it for you, because they're going to go ahead and create those cards right there online with you. Now, if you miss or can't attend the January 22nd through 23rd, they're going to actually send you a link, and you will be able to watch that at a later time, whatever works good for your schedule. Oh, my light is beaming right in my face. So go ahead and go check that out. There's actually a PDF on there that you can see all the different cards. It actually comes with 2 stamp sets, which is really kind of cool. It comes with its own die like bundle that coordinates with those stamps. It comes with some embellishments. It says it's going to come with, they're called the Moody Palette Glossy Dots, which are really pretty. They've got really pretty greens and blues. It's going to come with some two-tone cardstock sheets. It comes with a cutting guidelines. What else? Designer series paper. It comes with pre-cut sheets, or 2 pre-cut sheets actually, 2 stamp sets, 1 set of dies, and it's also going to come with some of those flip flaps that you might have seen. They're typically used for scrapbooking, but I have seen quite a few people using them on cards lately. They actually use them for little shakers. It's kind of a neat little idea. And it's also going to come with your envelopes. So it's a really, really fun way to just be able to make 15 cards and not have to use a lot of brain power behind it. Because designing cards sometimes can be a, just something that you gotta like me every week. I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Because depending on the set, sometimes my brain just doesn't see it the way that it should. And I have to go onto Pinterest and I have to get ideas because sometimes the card mojo, the stamping mojo just kind of is not there. Okay, so we have got bonus days. This started January 6th. It says, so number 1, what you need to do is when you shop, you're going to earn a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend from now through February 2nd. There's no limit on how many coupons you can earn. Just make sure you use a valid email address when completing your purchase. The other thing I do want to mention is part 2. You need to save. I cannot reiterate that more. When you spend the $50, they are going to email you the coupon codes. You need to either take a screenshot of that. You need to write it down. No matter how you're going to do it, make sure you save those codes because that's how you're going to use those. Part 3 is you're going to redeem those from February 3rd through February 28th. You can use as many codes as you want during your checkout. Just make sure you separate the codes by a space in between them. But you're definitely going to want to make sure you save those so you can use those in the month of February to save that money on your future purchases. So that's how bonus days works. I actually have a blog post about that if you want to read more. So on Sunday, yesterday, we actually went into our February Celebrate Spring paper pumpkin. This coordinates with the Easter Joy Sweet Collection, which is in the mini catalog. So this looks like it is going to be wonderful. It says it's going to craft whimsical handmade cards that celebrate Easter and sweet spring days. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and pink baker's twine, iridescent pink and yellow sequins. And again, it coordinates with the Easter Joy Sweet Collection, which is in the mini catalog. So you have through February 10th to subscribe to the Celebrate Spring. Now, I will let you know, if you have had paper pumpkin in the past, and I'm talking like prior to the end of like 2024, I highly advise you trying it again. Paper pumpkin over the last year has really, really stepped up their game. Like, it has some beautiful product in it now. It's not kind of that cheesy look that it used to be back in the day. They've really redesigned them and you really get some cute ideas in there. So if you're looking to making Easter cards, And again, you want the guesswork taken out of it for you. This is going to create 9 cards for you. You're also going to have probably a few little scraps left over. So you can also make some of your alternative cards if you choose. Or I'm pretty sure they're going to have the refill. You can purchase that as well. So again, you have through February 10th to grab that. We have a coordinating add-on that goes with January, February, and March. This is called the Beautiful Blooms. And actually, right up here, I used the word beautiful out of the die cuts from this Beautiful Blooms dies. That's what is cut right up there on the top of that. I thought that worked really well on that. It fit perfect in that little window sentiment sheet that they gave us. So I went ahead and added that to that scrapbook layout. We do have our product of the month. It's actually a really cute stamp set this month. It is, let me go back here and grab that just so I can kind of tell you a little bit about that. It's called Fabulous Sayings. So it's got really cute all occasion sentiments in it. It's got happy birthday, you're on my mind, thank you, sending love, hello, you can do anything, so much, hooray, to a fabulous friend, just because. There are simply no words for this. So that is the stamp set that is going to be, once you place an order of $75 or more, you're going to have a little thing pop up on the top of your screen, and it's going to say that you now qualify for the product of the month. That is going to make the product of the month only $5. Make sure you add that to your cart. It will not automatically add because since it is a purchasable product, they will not automatically add it to your cart. You have to add that in there. But just know for a really, really wonderful stamp set, it's only going to be $5 once your order is $75 or more. Now, just know that when you use any of your rewards on that, it will reflect on that your purchase total. So make sure you know that your total has to be over $75 to qualify for that. Or once you add rewards, it's going to start dropping that down. You have to be over the $75 to get that for $5. Otherwise, you will not get that. Mystery stamping, I've kind of already touched bases on this. It is going to be on the 14th. I have a really cute card that kind of coordinates with the stamp set that I'm going to be using tonight. So it'll be kind of like a little bonus card as well. We have new products that have just been launched here in January. This started on January 6th. We've got a whole lineup of new online exclusives. I actually have put this flyer over on my private group that you can go download. It's also on my blog. You can look there as well. And you can print this off and see all the new goodies, or just go right to the store and look at online exclusives. All the new stuff is already in there. And then, so I do want to share with you guys what we're going to be using today. So today we're going to be using now this is a 2-page spread. This is a full suite collection if you just want it all. This is called the Made with Love Suite Collection. Now this is all about Love Day. And it says today and always, hugs and kisses. So beautiful, beautiful paper. Perfect for the upcoming Valentine's Day cards. With the Suite Collection, you're going to get the gusseted bags. You're going to get the embossing folder. I'm going to actually use the embossing folder on a couple of cards tonight. These really cool little shakers here. Now, I did not order the bags because I just figured I wasn't really going to be around much. So, and I'm not one to really give, you know, treats to anybody. So I didn't get the bags. But look how fun these are. And they feel like an eraser. So they're like a weird, like heavy foam kind of. It's not regular like fun foam that you get at like a craft store. These are more like an eraser. That's really the texture of them. But they're really, really fun. And you get this whole jar full of these. So you can make shaker cards with it. I'm actually going to be adhering this on one of my cards to show you to use them as a embellishment. But I also wanted to show you that we also have on page 59, this is called Love Story. Now this is a separate stamp set that you can purchase as well. Now this is going to have bigger wording. It's got some lines that you can write on. This is more for scrapbooking from scratch. So if you like to create scrapbook pages, they actually give you a great idea right here. You can copy this. And then they also have the Love Story two-tone cardstock. So that's going to come with 2 sheets each of 12. It comes with red, poppy, strawberry slush, flirty, flamingo, and bubble bath. And willow white, which is not two-tone. But you get 2 each of those, equaling 12 sheets. And then you're also going to get the pack of paper. But this pack of paper is different because the fact that it does come with a full sheet of stickers. So really, really fun with this if you want to make some Valentine's Day scrapbook layouts. Now, another thing we do have that also coordinates with this, if you're not good at making scrapbook layouts like from scratch, we do actually have the Love Story Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. So this makes 3 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook spreads. The kit is going to include step-by-step instructions, designer series paper, two-tone cardstock, white willow cardstock, stickers and pre-cut images, and photo placeholders. So here's the paper with the stickers. It also has some other sheets here that have the die cut papers that they're talking about. And then it also has the two-tone cardstock and full step-by-step instructions on how to make these 3 2-page 12 by 12 sheets. So takes the guesswork out of it for you again. Now, since we have taken over close to my heart, we're really getting like some fabulous scrapbooking pages that Stampin' Up are now releasing. So really, really cute. And then going back to kind of like scrapbooking from scratch or scrapbooking on the fly, whatever you call it, we've got these 2 templates down here that in all of our catalogs, they've actually started doing these little templates. I call them sketches because it's kind of just a sketch here that you use your product and you can recreate these. There's no measurements, but you can kind of use your own discretion on, you know, what you see fit that's going to work for that. So these are wonderful if you're looking for making a card, but you're like, I just can't come up with a layout. They give you some right here. There's also tags here as well. So be sure to check that out. That's on page 17. So just so you guys can see all the new products, because I know it's hard when you get a brand new catalog and you start going through it, you miss a lot of things just because it's kind of overwhelming. There's so many fabulous products that are being released out of there that it's hard to keep track of all of it. So here is that Endless Love. We've got the dies here that you get quite a few different heart shapes, some little XOs, a little strip of little small hearts. Here's the stamp set. You have To and From, Today and Always, Hugs and Kisses, Happy Day, Valentine's, Sending You, Love, XX, XO, and then some more big heart images here. Here is that embossing folder. So it does a bunch of little hearts. It's really cute on paper. So I'm going to show you how cute it really is. And then there is this is called the Faux Linen Ribbon. This is in the color Bubble Bath. Kind of thin, but it is really easy to work with. I like that. I'm not a fan of thick ribbon. I don't like the fact that you can't put a card in the mail if it's too thick, because if there's a knot on it, the postal service will reject it, and they're getting like more and more picky about the things that are coming through the mail. They don't want big, thick things coming through, and they're really like buckling down on those things going through the postal service. I've already shared with you guys these. So these are called the Loose Valentine's Assortments. There's little red lips in there too, if you didn't see them. Really cute. And then the paper here, as you saw in the catalog, is all your fabulous pinks, reds, that really coordinate well with all your Valentines. I love the little XO paper back here too. But this paper, I had such a hard time picking like the few colors that I was going to go with just because I loved it all. But I think I narrowed it down and I have some fabulous cards to share with you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on what we're going to need. Let me share with you guys. I'm going to give you guys just a little peek here of what we're going to be making. So here is the first card. So it's kind of just a simple little layout. I have die cut one of the hearts and the little tag that is in there. Now I am going to show you guys kind of a splattering technique that I'm going to do on this. I think you guys might be able to see that on camera. So we're going to do some splattering on that. And then the next card is this one here. And this just shows off a bunch of those little hearts with the XO in the center. Super cute little layout here. I actually got this idea straight out of the catalog. And then I am doing this one here using some of that gold to accent as kind of the pop on this card. But just using the hearts as they were meant. You just kind of spread them throughout the card and really make a really cute little layout there. So let's go ahead and get started on those. So here is what the kit will look like. You're going to go ahead and receive when you spend $35 or more in my online store from now through the 16th. You'll get this in the mail from me. Everything will be pre-cut in here. Besides, I will not do any stamping and I will not do any die cutting from this set, from the Endless Love. You will need to have that set to create these cards, as I'm going to share with you guys as shown. So, but it will be all kind of broken down and into each envelope, just so you'll have, I'll give you the scraps just so you know that you'll need to cut. You're going to get a PDF explaining how to make these cards as well. So there's my inside. We're going to set that, all my bits, and we'll go through that as we go. Now, I did change this card up, so you're probably like, why the heck do you have a black card base? I did real red on this one, but I thought, you know what? I want to see what this card looks like with a black base. So you're going to kind of see both versions of it, and then if you already have the product, you can create whatever one you like. So we're going to go ahead, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to score this at 4.25. And this is just basic black. Go ahead and give that a good crease. Okay, there's our card base. We're going to need a piece of 4 by 5.25 of our basic white. Then I have a strip. This is 1 1/4 by 5.25. That's going to go just right down on that white there. Then I have a piece of the real red. This is 2.5 by 4 5/8. And another design from that designer series paper. Now this is 2 3/8 by 4.5. That's just going to go right on there. And then I've got a scrap of silver, a scrap of black, and a scrap of red. And then for my inside, I have a 3/4 by 5.25 and another piece of white in the 4 by 5.25. So let's go ahead and start with this. Now I am using a ribbon. Now you will get this in your kit. This ribbon has been retired, but this is called the Metallic Edge ribbon. So it's got this really pretty silver strips across the edges of that. I'm going to actually go ahead and do what we're going to do with that first so that can dry. Where is my piercing mat? So I'm going to take this I'm just going to lay this out. Now watch what you can do with this ribbon and change it to whatever color you want. I'm actually grabbing the basic black blender pen, and this is the dark, and I'm going to use the more paint tip, and I'm just going to take that and just paint right over, or color, not paint. Just take that and go right over that ribbon and fill in all the white spots of that. Okay. Now what I do like to do is I do like to grab a tissue, and I like to try to wipe off that silver, the silver edging, just in case any of that black ink got on there. Then I can just wipe that off so we can still really see. So see how much came off of that? So I can still see that shimmer on that ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off and set that aside like so. I am going to adhere the strip of designer series paper on this white. Yeah, the Postal Service is really, and then after reading the news of this new year, that what they did for the year, this year, that how things are no longer going to be going off of postmark dates, that it is now going to be off of once it gets processed. So that's kind of tough. So that's what they're saying. If you have any kind of mail that is sensitive, make sure you get it in the mail weeks ahead of time. And that's not always easy to do. I know we're kind of fighting with an insurance company right now for some equipment for my daughter. And they've denied it twice, even though we've done an appeal. They denied the appeal, saying that they didn't get the appeal in time, the first appeal in time. And it's frustrating. Okay, so this piece here is going to bump up right against this bottom down here, right against that designer series paper. It just kind of, it catches up on it. So that's where you're going to place that. So that gets adhered straight down. Yeah, I even have the letter from the doctor that it got faxed on a certain date, and the insurance is saying that they didn't get it for a full 9 days after it was dated from the doctor, which I'm like, if it's a fax, it should go straight through. It's not. So I don't know. I don't know if they're claiming that it came snail mail. I don't know. So I have contacted the doctor, and we're going to have to try to appeal it again. I don't know. I don't know how all that works. Okay, so this black ribbon now. So remember that ribbon was white, but we colored it in, and now it's a black ribbon, and it is so pretty on here. I'm just going to go ahead and find the center of that, flap that over. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to tell you guys. So you guys know how I was reading the book, Murder the Day Before Christmas or something like that? I am having such a struggle getting into this book. Like, I'm reading it, but I don't know why. I mean, and it's good. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it, but for some reason, well, I mean, obviously my brain is in other places, but I'm just having a hard time getting into it. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to continue reading it because I'm not a quitter. So I'm just going to keep trucking right along and hope that I can get into this story. Now, we did start a new series, and we actually watched it. We binge watched it. There's a new series on Netflix, and it's called His and Hers. Oh my Lord, plot twist galore. Throughout the whole movie, you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I know who done it. I know who done it. And then it's like, nope, you don't know who done it. Until the end, it's like, what in the world? I would have never guessed that. But it's actually really, really good. Like if you like plot twist movie shows, it's a really good one. So I advise you, and it's kind of like, it's not a thriller. It's more of like a psychological, like mystery kind of. It's good though, really good. Okay, so I am using the tag heart from the dies, and I am going to use that on a piece of black scrap here. I'm going to go ahead and die cut that. Okay, there's that black tag. Then I am going to grab, so right here, there's like this little flag banner. I'm going to die cut a piece of silver, but I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp first. So I'm going to need my black stays on, because if you stamp on anything that's kind of non-porous like this silver foil sheet, you need to have stays on ink. Let me see, the sentiment that I decided to use was hugs and kisses. So let me take that. And I could sit here and sniff my stays on all day long, but I know that's a weirdo thing to do. Okay, hugs and kisses. Oh, it smells like, oh, like almond oil or something. It smells heavenly. And I actually just filled it, so it's got nice, fresh ink in there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go like so, and we're going to cut that out. So I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of my low tack tape on there just to hold that in place. Okay, so there's my little banner. Okay, what else do I need? I need my little red piece here. So I'm going to take the little XO. Oops, I still needed my silver. I don't know why I threw that over there. The little strip of hearts. There's a, it's got 5 little hearts on it, this little die. I actually need to cut that from the silver. And I need to cut the XO from the red. So I'm going to do both of those at the same time. So there's my little O from the XO. Now it's kind of cute when you cut the XO, the center of the O has a little heart. So you can save those for future projects. I'm going to actually take one of my hearts from this and actually place it in that. So let me move these dies. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this here because I'm going to keep those little silver hearts on that just so they don't disappear. Okay, bringing my piercing mat back in, we're going to go ahead and do that kind of splatter technique on this little black heart. Okay, so I'm going to use a little water painter here. I'm going to grab my white craft pad, and let me pinch this really quick so I can get some of that white ink on the inside of the lid there. I'm just going to squeeze with just a little bit of water, just a couple of little drops on that, just to get some white ink on that. Then holding my bone folder, I'm just gonna tap that white ink. Now I can come in here and grab more. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Or maybe not, because I don't know where my white one went. Let me grab the white really quick, because I'm gonna show you what else you can do if you don't want to do it that way. If you don't want to put water in the lid, you can take some of your white ink. If you want it kind of darker, dab a little bit of that white ink. So you can do it two of these ways. You can do it like that and pull some of that white ink out, or you can, again, come over here, dab a little bit of water. Now this is gonna make it kind of show up a little bit better because it's the pure white, and you can go as heavy and daub some of those little dots on there a little bit heavier. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that out, get some of that white off of there because that white craft is a little bit sticky. Then I'm just going to clean up the excess here. So there's that. Now I'm also going to grab the Wink of Stella, and I'm going to do the same thing to add some sparkle to this. Well, maybe. Oh, there we go. And the harder you hit it, the bigger the drops get. I just want some sparkle on there. And I got some sparkle on my card, but that's okay. I got sparkle everywhere. Look at that. I was having too much fun. I was getting a little crazy. Okay, so that is what I need for that. So see how you can see the splatter on that? And if I move that around, you'll see some of that sparkle from the Wink of Stella. I just think it adds kind of a distressed look, so it's not like just a solid black heart, because that's almost kind of morbid, but I just think it's kind of a nice little foofiness to it. All right, now with this, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my tag. Maybe. I think my glue is finally done. Okay, let's grab it. I have a new one sitting here. So that one's Garbo. Okay, I'm gonna take this and just angle it. I'm gonna line it up with the hole of the tag and then just place that on there like so. Now I'm also going to take a mini dimensional, and I'm gonna put a mini dimensional right at the top of that hole like so, because I want that to be popped up when I place that on the card front. Now let's go ahead and add our XO here. So I'm going to place this just right there. Straighten that out a bit. And the O. Make sure my heart is facing the right way. Okay, now with those little silver hearts, I'm just gonna grab one of those. I'm gonna put just a dot of glue inside that heart, and watch, this fits in there perfectly. Just like that, right in that little space. All right, now grabbing some of the larger dimensionals, I'm just gonna put a couple on the back of this. I'm gonna go ahead and put one on the back of that tag too. Not that it has to have one, but take the backings off, maybe, if my fingers will cooperate. Yeah, that's what they did to me. Said that they never received it, even though her notes say that she sent it on, I think it was like the 11th, and they said that they didn't receive it until the 12th. Or I mean, till the 20th. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make much sense, because if it's faxed, how did it take 9 days for you guys to receive something? But so I don't know. So we have like a year to go back to the drawing board, but right now I don't have time for all that because I'm dealing with other things. So when we get out of the hospital and get home, I will deal with it then. Otherwise, I will just have to maybe do like a fundraiser to try to save some money to get the bed, because it's a bed that she has a sleep safe bed right now, but since they think she might have some sleep apnea, she is having more increased seizures in her sleep. And since she sleeps in her own room, this new bed actually has a like a technology in it that it can sense if she is seizing or anything like that, and it will alert us. We have like it's kind of connected to your phone. So it's important. The first denial that they gave us is they said that there was not enough medical necessity for it, and that they can't give it to us for safety, which seems like the stupidest thing ever. Like, what in the world? So a person's safety is not valid. And it really like made me know that we need this bed, because one of our other little girls in our community who has Rett syndrome as well actually just recently wound up falling out of her bed and breaking her neck. And she's actually in the ICU right now. And it's heartbreaking to me, because these girls have to go through so much crap. Like, their poor little bodies. I tell you what these kids have to go through. And I'm not just saying kids with Rett syndrome. I mean, all kids. And this bed that we're actually trying to get, it's called the Cubby bed. It is very well known in the special needs community, especially for kiddos who have autism, because it is a bed that zips up the sides so they can't be a risk of, because some kids are escape artists. It actually kind of goes up and the zippers kind of tuck up behind, so a kiddo in the inside of the bed cannot pull that zipper and be an escape artist. It also keeps them safe from falling. It keeps them safe from like when they have seizures, that they don't thrash against the walls of the room. So there's just a lot of perks to it. But of course, when the insurance is telling you, nope, because we won't cover it because you're trying to claim that it is a safety thing. Well, why the heck else would you? But whatever. Anyways, so yeah, we just have to go through our steps and do what we need to do. Okay, so now I'm also going to be bringing in a, this is called the Simply Elegant trim. This is also retired, but again, I will be putting this in your kits. I'm going to go ahead and loop this twice because I want a double bow. We've done fundraising in the past for other equipment for my daughter when we were trying to get her talking device, and people are so generous, I swear. I mean, it's really nice to still know that there are people who are willing to help, because nobody, I mean, well, not to say nobody, but most average people don't have the kind of money that they want to charge for these pieces of equipment that we need for these kiddos. And when things aren't approved by insurances, sometimes you have to go to other measures. And I'm not the kind of person that likes to ask for hand-me-outs. Trust me, that is not my thing. It makes me feel like kind of turd, but sometimes we all get in that situation and you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a mini glue dot. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put my bow right on that mini glue dot. It's cold in this barn, so my mini glue dots don't like to work when it's cold. So we're just gonna try to pull that off there. And right where I put the dimensional, the little mini dimensional right behind the tag little hole there, I'm gonna place this right in that hole, that little bow. I think that looks so cute like that. Okay, so that is the outside of my card. And this one, I didn't do any embellishments because I used that little die as my little embellishment there, those little silver hearts. Now we've got some sentiments here. Let me see, because I know I used, well, okay, so we're gonna do, it says hugs and kisses. I'm gonna do Happy Valentine's Day. And since that is a brand new stamp, never used, I'm going to go ahead and give that just a little wipe, because sometimes it coming straight off the manufacturer, sometimes it has like a film on it. So I forget to do it a lot of the time, but since I'm thinking about it, we're going to go for it. I'm going to use just a 3/4 inch strip here for this inside piece. Lay that down here on the bottom. And I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to use the red. Since we've already got the Flirty Flamingo here. So I'm going to stamp Valentine's first. Right, like so. And then using my Memento Black, I'm going to do Happy and Day. So put Happy right there and put Day right over here. Perfect. And there is a stamp of little hearts. That's kind of cute. You know, you can always come in here with some little hearts. What else do we have? We've got the little XX. You've got another little heart there you can put. I think I'm going to just leave it the way it is, because then that gives enough room to write on there to your recipient. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere this to the inside. I do think I really like the black card base. I'll show you both again side by side. Ooh, I've got glue on me, yuck. All right, so there. So that's the black base, and then there's the red. So you guys can see what you like. If you have this set and you want to recreate this, you can kind of see the difference there. But I think the black kind of makes that heart pop. I don't know, just my preference. Okay, so there is that. So card number 1 is done. Let me move Actually, I need to clean those because we're going to be using those again. Squeak, squeak, squeak. All right. So now card number 2. Now this is a fun one. I mean, they're all fun, don't get me wrong, but I just like all the little hearts on this one. Okay, there's my inside piece with my little hearts. Okay, let's move all this stuff out of the way. So we have a, this is strawberry slush. And this is 11 by 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and score it at 5.5. Ah, yep, that's the right one. Give that a nice crease. We've got a piece of white. This is 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. We've got 4 by 5 1/4 for that Heart Designer Series paper. I've got a strip of, this is strawberry slush. This is 1 by 5 3/8. So it's the same length as the white. Then we've got some scraps. We've got some scraps of cherry, real red, poppy parade, white, flirty flamingo, and Peridian pink. Woo, look at that. I got it. I feel accomplished. Okay, so now bringing in the Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. I'm going to take this, and with that little 1-inch strip, I'm just going to place that in there. And I'm going to go ahead and run that through really quick. Look how cute this is. Isn't that fun? Look at all those little hearts on there. Oh, I think that's so adorable. Okay, that's gonna go right like so. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside because we've got other things to do. So with my white piece, I'm gonna come in with the tag heart again. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that out. Let me flip my plates around here since I had to take all the plates off for the specialty plate when we're embossing. Okay, there's our white heart. I'm gonna take some strawberry slush and the, the Peridian pink. Or no, I didn't. I think I used bubble bath, actually. I don't know. I'm gonna go with bubble bath. I think maybe I used Peridian pink, but because I'm using the ribbon in bubble bath, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it. So there's a heart stamp. It's this one right here that's kind of got the open 2-layer hearts on it. That's what I'm gonna be using. I'm actually gonna stamp that inside this heart. Like so. Yep, that is the same color. Then close that. I'm gonna use strawberry slush. And I need Hugs and Kisses. And I need the Today and Always. But I used Stays On with this, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get that as clean as possible. I'm going to actually come up here and grab, well, where's my Stays On cleaner? I think that'll be okay. Yep, none of that's coming off. All right, so Hugs and Kisses are going to go first. Again, in Strawberry Slush. And it's kind of at a slant. Today and Always. Just like so. Okay, I'm done with that. So set those over there. Now, we need to take all of these, and there's a solid heart right here. I'm going to cut these. Now, I'm going to cut 2 at a time, just so I get them done quicker. Okay, so there's my first 2. So we've got Pretty in Pink, Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to get those out of the way. We'll go ahead and do Poppy and Real Red. Now what I was trying to achieve was kind of an ombre effect with those different colors of hearts. See how I started with like a lighter and then kind of trickled down to the dark side. Okay, there's Poppy, Real Red. Okay, one more. Kind of helps a lot when you do more than one at a time. Okay, there's that. Now, what I need to do is I need to grab my Versamark. And with each one of these, I'm going to grab the XO. Maybe. Oh, yep, there it is. It's hiding. What is that? So the XO. And you can do OX. It's whatever you want. I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. Okay, there's the first one. I know, I love this paper. Linda, this paper is beautiful. There's actually one, I'll have to show it to you guys as soon as I get done with this. There is one that has like a gradient of the pinks and reds, taking the hearts all the way from one corner to the next. Oh, it's such a fun piece of paper. It would be great for a scrapbook page because you'd be able to see it, the whole 12 inches of it. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay. There are all of those. And as you know, the longer that the Stays On sits, the more it kind of marinates into that paper. So I'm going to kind of spread those out so it'll kind of do its thing while I go ahead and get these pieces adhered. So let's go ahead. Let me show you this other paper here. Well, there it is. Of course, it's the last one. Doesn't that figure? So see that? How it starts in the one corner in Flirty Flamingo, goes into kind of like the, I'm going to say that's kind of like Flirty Flamingo Strawberry Slush. Then it goes into the reds, and then it goes down into Cherry Cobbler. But look, there's little pink hearts in that cherry. It's just such a pretty, I love how it kind of transitions like that. I think it's such a gorgeous look to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere. This piece to the white. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually buy the pack that has the stickers with it, because I think I want to make some scrapbooks, some fun Love Day scrapbook pages. That, or I'm going to go ahead and buy the workshop kit. Just because it kind of, then I don't have to think about it. It's already done. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Or maybe I just buy both of them. Can you ever have enough Valentine's Day? Sometimes I just like looking at the layout. Sometimes I don't even like adding photos to it. Isn't that weird? I'm like, look at my creation. It's a scrapbook layout. I know I don't have pictures, but it's because it's pretty without them. I have so many empty scrapbook pages just because I like making the scrapbook pages. And I'm like, yep, I'm going to add photos to that. And then I always forget. Okay, this is going to go next. Oh, no, it's not. Because if any of my hearts, I don't know if you can see this, but down here when I was creating this, it hung over. So I had to then come in because I had already glued my pieces together. I had to kind of take my scissors and cut that little piece off. So I'm going to wait. Learn from your mistakes, lady. Okay, I'm going to place my heart kind of where I know I'm going to want that. I don't know what the heck got all over this, but I need to find, where is my adhesive remover? Because I think, yep, that's exactly what it was. Little pieces of glue. I'm going to put that one right up there. And again, see how I think I need to cut that? This one will go like that. Okay. And I don't want to cover up too many of the pretty hearts on that paper. This one's going to get popped up right like so. Then Real Red is going to go there. And then Cherry is going to go under that. I mean, under that. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and just start adhering these. So I'm going to place that one like so. This. Now I'm going to do the same thing on that. I'm going to take one of my mini dimensionals and put it underneath the little tag dot there. Because when I flip that over, there's a little bit of sticky there that when I go to place the mini glue dot, it'll be double adhered so that bow doesn't risk falling off of there. Okay, that one's going to get popped up. This one needs to get adhered. Now I purposely did not glue this side because this is going to tuck underneath here, but I kind of want to wait until I pop these other ones up, just so you're kind of following me on what the heck I'm doing here. Okay, that's going to go right like so. This one is also going to get popped up. But this one's going to tuck right underneath here and get kind of shifted. And then this one is going to go right like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere that. Oh, and see, that one doesn't look like I'm really going to need to cut that. Maybe just a tiny bit. Okay, so let's grab scissors. I'm waiting to hear if Stampin' Up! Is going to come out with some new snips, because I know they discontinued these ones. So I'm waiting patiently, sometimes impatiently. I love my snips. And I think it's time for a new set, and I'm just waiting for them to decide whether they're going to give us a new option. I do have my Tim Holtz scissors. They are wonderful. I've had those for years, and they never fail me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down now. It's kind of like my trusty Tim Holtz ruler over here. It's never failed me either. Besides the fact that when my son picked it up and thought he was going to be cute, and he thought he was going to smack me with it. And not that he was being mean, he was just goofing around. And I'd had it for so long, I think it might have been cold, and it just shattered. It just broke right in half. And he was like, "Oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Well, it looks like you owe me a new ruler." So he had to buy me a new ruler. You break it, you buy it, buddy. Okay, so that is what we need for that. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make another bow. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create the double bow just because I think that is really kind of cute. So around and around we go. Where she stops, nobody knows. Okay, there's that. Now, I should have made some longer tails on that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and get the glue off of me. Let's grab another mini glue dot. So pick up that mini glue dot just like that. And again, that's going to go right in that little tab of where that tag is. And my bow decided to do crazy things here. Okay, that's so cute. Just adds another little flair, that little element. Okay, now using these little, like I said, they look like little eraser. They feel like little eraser pieces. We're just gonna go ahead and start adding some of these on here. I'm just gonna attempt to dot a little thing of glue. Grab that. Over here, I'm gonna put a little white one. I'm gonna put a set of lips right there. So grabbing a white one, oops, let's grab lips since that's what we got. Lips are gonna go there. White one there. Okay. Oops. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm gonna do one more down here. I'm gonna do another white one. Okay, just like that. So there is that. Let's go to the inside of this card. Singer snips, huh? I'm gonna have to check those out. Did you find those in the sewing section? Because isn't that sewing? Or do they actually make paper crafting and stuff now? Okay, come on, little guy, move over. There's that. Now I'm going to stamp. I think I'm going to stamp that. I was thinking that heart, but what do I want? Oh, what do I want? I want to find the stamps. Where the heck did I put? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. I'm going to go ahead and use this stripedy little heart here, but I'm going to stamp off once. And let's see what sentiment I want in there. I think I'm going to do XO. Just because we kind of already did that here. I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to do it in, what did I say? Bubble bath. I'm going to stamp off once. And then lightly stamp that right in the center. Very faint is what I want. Again, grabbing the strawberry slush. Let me grab that XO again. And I'm going to stamp that in the center of that. Oh, that's so cute. Hugs and kisses. We could come in and do another little set of hearts, but again, I think I just need to leave it alone. I like it the way it is. All right. So let's adhere that to the center. Can you see that? That faint little striped heart. Okay, then there is card number 2. Isn't that sweet? I love those little embellishments. I think those are so cute. Okay, so that is 2. So let's do card number 3. And kind of clean up just a little bit so I can find myself. unbury myself for a minute. All right, now I think we're a little bit organized. I mean, a little bit. So let's grab this one. Did I not grab an inside for that? I guess I did not. So there's our inside piece. We have cherry cobbler for this one. 8.5 by 5.5. We're gonna score this at 4 1/4. Per usual. Okay, landscape style card. We have a piece. Look at this. This has got the little arrows and hearts on it. That is 4 by 5 1/4. My next piece is this white piece here. I measured it earlier and I forgot. This is 4.5 by 3. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to take, now I don't even know what brand this is, but it is a corner rounder. And I'm just going to round the corners of this. I keep thinking it was EK Success, but it doesn't say, so I don't know. I don't want to. Okay, that's going to go next. Then I have a big piece of Flirty Flamingo. Right? No, this is Strawberry Slush. No, it's not. It is Flirty Flamingo. Geez. And I'm going to cut this big heart out. So that's this one right here. Now, if you look in the catalog, and I tried this, it was way too time consuming. So I figured I wasn't going to do it here in a video. This is going to be cut out of this. But let me show you. Let me cut it really quick and I'll kind of explain what they show in the catalog. Now they have used that bubble gum or bubble bath faux linen ribbon, and they have actually woven it in these little open circle dots, these little tick marks. They have woven it every two. They have woven it through it. Again, I tried it and I was like, oh my Lord, we will be here all night. I'm not putting anybody through that, nor am I putting myself through that. But it was a really cute concept. Okay, so if you have time and you want to try it, it's really cute. Look in the catalog. You'll see the sample that they share. Okay, so that is going to go on there. I need a piece, another piece of that same paper. Now there is a die that has like a little squiggly mark. That's what this one is. It's like a little open heart. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. It almost looks like a little layer heart. I even purposely set out a used dryer sheet like I was told, and I keep forgetting to bring it out here. Ugh. Okay, thank God for Take Your Pick tools. There's that. And you can actually probably save that and use that for something. Okay. Then, and then you're going to have little dots everywhere. See them? They're everywhere from cutting that out. We've got a piece of cherry. Cherry is going to use, I'm going to use that solid little heart. We're going to cut that out. once I cut that out, I'm going to then, using that embossing folder again, I put the heart inside of there and we're going to emboss it. Lots of textures going on this card. But I think that big heart in a solid color really kind of helps the textured pieces be okay and work. Okay, and then now we're going to use the gold foil sheet, just a scrap of that. I'm going to use the big arrow. So what I mean by big is we've got two smaller ones right here. I'm going to actually grab the big one and use that. And I'm going to use this little set of hearts here. Now that's going to cut out quite a few little hearts. So I'm going to place that there and there so I can utilize as much as possible. Ah, my arrow keeps traveling. It's like playing spin the bottle on my paper here. It keeps spinning. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this and bring it over. Some of my hearts are stuck in that. Okay, that piece is there. There's that arrow in gold. Then we've got, there's 2, 4, 6 hearts. So we've got one big one, one medium one, and then we've got 4 tiny little guys. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. These are kind of hard to keep track of. See, that one flipped over. And so did this one. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see those. Look how tiny they are. They're just itty bitty little fellas. Very easy to lose. So again, I'm going to keep that on there and use them once we get going here. So I need to get putting this together. What do we got underneath here? Oh, all my little corner bits. Okay, so on my heart, let's add this. To the card base. Oops. You changed your mind. Yeah, I'm telling you that I was really like, I'm sitting over here and I'm using my take your pick little tool. And I don't know if they used like a darning needle, like one that I use for crocheting because they're a lot thicker. Maybe they use that, but I'm trying to push that linen thread through here, or what was that called? Linen ribbon. And I was having a heck of a time, I tell you what. I was trying to push and it just wasn't working. And I was like, nope, I'm not even messing around with all that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down next. I mean, it's really cute. I'm not denying that, but man, that's a lot of work. Maybe I'm just lazy. That's why I'm telling you guys to do it. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Isn't that the old saying? Okay, I'm going to take this and we're going to go ahead and stamp those hearts because I've been wanting to stamp those hearts all night and now finally I get to. I'm going to use cherry cobbler. And where's my cushion? And I'm going to turn that slanted like so. And I'm going to stamp those down here in this corner as well. Okay. Now let's do some popper-uppers on this. Let's close this because God knows how red works. We will make a hot mess. I'm going to be bringing in also a retired product. This is called the Gold Twisted Thread. We're going to pop this up. Elevators. But did you guys see I caught myself? I almost forgot to put my arrow on there. You can't do that when it's already adhered. So let me see. This is going to go right down here. So let's put some adhesive on that. You could use a mini glue dot. That would work as well. If you don't want to mess around with glue. I've already got it here, so let's go ahead and just put this on. That's going to go right like so. Give that a second to stick to that. Then I'm going to take my arrow. I'm going to kind of just follow that. Maybe I need to cut that a little bit because I put that dimensional there. I'm going to take that and put it right there. That looks, nope, it doesn't. That looks better. Okay, let's take some of that glue. I think I'm going to actually turn this. There we go. And place this right up here. And then as I hold it, I just kind of take a little look at it and decide. And you still have some, you know, wiggle room to turn these how you want them. If it's just not lining up the way you like it. I think that looks pretty good like that. Okay. I'm going to take that and just kind of shift it here like so. This piece is going to get adhered right there. So I'm going to take a mini and put a mini right there and adhere this side to that heart. Okay, and now we've got this little open. See how cute that is, that little open heart? And that I'm just gonna place right like so. So I'm just gonna dot just a couple of the bigger areas. I'm just gonna dot with some glue. Like that. I got my Valentine's stamp bundle, DSP, etc. a week from tomorrow. Can't wait. Oh, you're going to have so much fun with it. Absolutely. Yep. Very, very fun. And I mean, I don't send out too many Valentine's Day cards because, I mean, I guess if I was able to see my grandkids, I'd probably send them to them. But I give my husband one. But otherwise mailing them out, I don't. But I enjoy making them. I love making Valentine's Day cards. I think they're so stinking cute. And this set is super cute. I think this is probably one of my favorite Valentine's Day cards that I've seen in a long time come out from Stampin' Up. I like all the different variety of hearts that they give us. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in these little hearts here before I lose them. I'm going to put that big heart right here. Just match it up in that stamped heart. Then we're going to add one to this. Okay, then just add some of those little itty bitties. Again, they're easy to lose, so you're going to have to watch them. They'll disappear on you. Okay, set that aside. Now let's watch these little guys. One there. One there. And I like that you can kind of make your own embellishments with these. They do give you, you know, you have the option to purchase those, but it's kind of fun creating your own. We had, like, again, paper that has been retired. Oops, that's not it. But look how cute. Look how cool it would be on even this paper here, the light one. If you were to punch out some of those or die cut some of those hearts out of there, you can make your own little heart embellishments in any color. I mean, we've got so many different, like, look at this stuff. This paper here, you could make it in tons of different colors. Any of our glitter papers, glimmer papers that we have. So fun. Okay, where am I next? Oh, let's do this. Okay, now that can be put over there because we're done with that. Done with that. Okay, let's bring in this gold trim. And I'm all into these double bows. Okay, push that through there. Now let's take this bow again on a mini glue dot. Oh my Lord. Come on, guy. All right, well, we're not doing it that way. Then I'm just going to put it right here in the center of this heart. Just another little pop of gold on there. I think that's super cute. And then what did I do to the inside of this one? Okay, we're going to go ahead and stamp our inside piece. I'm going to set that aside, bring back in my piercing mat. We're going to grab that love. And I grabbed the wrong color. So we're not going to use Strawberry Slush. I need Flirty Flamingo. Since we've got that Flirty Flamingo on the outside. And we're going to go ahead and clean this off because I don't have any Strawberry Slush on this card. I mean, maybe that might be the color in the paper, but as far as that big heart is concerned, we used Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo right there. And then I'm going to, instead of doing Happy Love Day, I'm going to say sending you love. Okay, so if I can find what I did with my stamp set again, because I'm obviously having issues with it disappearing. And let's see, do I have another block? Sure, we're going to go with this big old guy. It's a little bit overkill, but you know what? It does the trick. So let's do sending you love. Okay, like that. And my hearts are going to get stamped right down here. Just like so. Okay. And you can, you know, add a strip of paper down there if you wanted. So let's grab this card and add this to the inside. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed these 3 fabulous cards that I have created and shared with you guys. What a fun class, right? Aren't these just so cute? All right, let me bring in the cards that we have created so you guys can get another look at those. Now remember, I will have a blog post created about these 3 cards. It's gonna take me a little bit, so I always say, because a lot of you guys are over on the East Coast, that you should just check back tomorrow, because by the time I get it done, it's normally 1 o'clock my time, which would be you know, 3, 4 o'clock your guys' time, and I don't expect you to, you know, they're not going anywhere, so. All right, you guys, have a fabulous rest of your week. Have fun creating your Love Day cards, because it is coming up in just a couple of weeks. There are plenty of inspiration over on Pinterest if you're looking for other ideas. And I actually think Kelly Atchison, my upline, I think she actually used this yesterday in her class. I think I read somewhere that she had posted that she was making Valentine's Day cards. So it gives you guys enough time to create these so you can get them out for the holiday. Oh, thank you so much, Kimberly. Yeah, it has been a tough mama moment, but the really crappy thing is we don't have an option. It has to be done. So I just have to suck it up and stop being a whiny baby and just get out of my own head and deal with it. So you guys, as always, create, craft, and spread kindness, because we can always use a little bit more kindness in this world. You know, give somebody a smile, give somebody a high five, whatever. Let them know that, you know, we're all trucking through this together. So you guys, I will see you guys on the 14th of January. So this Wednesday, I'll see you guys for mystery stamping. Now, again, that is not going to be live here on YouTube. That is going to be live over on my private group, Pink Barn Stampers group. I'll probably share a little bit more because tomorrow is pre-op. So I will be asking tons of questions. I've been taking notes on my phone, things that I need to ask the doctor before surgery. So I'll probably have a little bit more insight for you. I might be a little bit more crazy. But doing this kind of takes my mind off of things, gets me in, you know, the crafting, feels and out of my own head. So it's always good to join you guys here. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.